Hello everybody and welcome. This is a Legacy School grammar lesson for Year 6, Week 7. For this lesson, you'll need your grammar books from pages 27 to 29, a pencil, and an eraser. We're going to revise the past perfect today, so I'm going to start off with the question, can you think of a sentence in the present simple perfect? I have an example for you. I have done my homework. What is the auxiliary verb here? You should all know that the auxiliary in present simple perfect is have or has. And what tense is have in? It's in present tense, of course. So let's go ahead and put it in the past. I had done my homework. And this changes it from present perfect simple to present perfect past. How can we make a sentence in the past perfect? By using the auxiliary verb had plus the past participle. When do we use the past perfect? This is a very important question. We use it when we are speaking about activities in the past, more than one activity, and one of them that has finished before another activity, a long activity being interrupted by a short activity, if you remember. Or we are speaking about the activities in non-chronological order. All right, so I want you to analyze the sentences and say which events mentioned in the sentence happened first. So we have, I went to bed after I had done my homework. So which one came first? The homework. And then what came after that? Going to bed. By the time I got to the airport, the plane had left. Can you decide which one came first? Yes, the plane left before they got to the airport. Before she bought a new car, she had won lots of money. All right, so these are our answers for number 3. She won lots of money, and then, of course, she bought a car. If we speak about activities in the past which follow each other in a time order, then we use the past simple. But if we change the time order and one activity will be mentioned before another earlier activity, then we must show that it is in the verb tense. So we use the past perfect. For example, the airplane took off, then I arrived at the airport. But when I arrived at the airport, the airplane had already taken off. It sounds a lot better, right? The best indication of past perfect is the phrase by the time, or other typical indicators include before or after. When you see these, typically the sentence is in the past perfect. Be more careful with the word when. It can mean by the time or after, so look at the context to understand what happened. In grammar, you can follow rules, but remember that a lot of these rules have exceptions, so it's always best to look at the context. For example, after I had finished the composition, I put the copybook into the bag. I want to stress that I finished. She finished first, and then she put her copybook in the bag. I put my copybook into my bag after I had finished the composition. And this is anti-chronological, all right? Because finishing the composition came first, but here in this sentence, she put the copybook in her bag. It came first, but it's non-chronological. By the time Mom arrived from work, I had finished my composition. One activity happened before another one. So these are great examples of when to use the past perfect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at page 27. You're going to choose the correct alternative, and we're going to do number 1 together. It's already done in your book. Hi, thought you'd like to know the conference was very successful. The talks, you're going to choose between were or had been. Were very interesting. This is an action that has already been completed, so we're going to use the past simple. All right? They were really interesting, and all the speakers had prepared their material very thoroughly. We're going to use prepared because it is simple past. They're already done with that. When you're done with question 43, you're going to move to question 44. There are mistakes in all of these sentences. Correct the mistakes. Keep in mind the past perfect. We're going to look at number 1. I was pleased to see my friends from uni at the conference last week, as we didn't see each other since graduation. What's wrong here is the usage of the word didn't. You can see in the correction as we hadn't seen each other. I want you to read through the rest of the sentences and fix the mistakes. On the next page, page 28, you're going to complete the sentences with suitable verbs in the correct form. past perfect simple or past perfect continuous. And then finally on page 29, exercise 46, you're going to put the verbs in the correct form. Past simple, past continuous, past perfect simple, or past perfect continuous. Go ahead, good luck, and I can't wait to see your work.